If you're getting excited to start using your Serger ProFinish Serger, I've got a few tips to help you get started. So how do you get your fabric underneath that foot? Do you need to lift up your presser foot? Do you need to just leave it down? So I am going to assume we've already threaded the serger, and we do have videos of showing you all the steps and my tips for successfully and easily threading this machine. We're following the little guided path and color codes as we thread the machine. If you've already stitched something, you do have a little chain kind of happening back here. If you haven't stitched something, you might have 4 individual threads. So first off, you'll always see me doing this. When doing some type of construction seam, I'm going to fold the fabric in half and then always serge off the folded edge. That way you can identify what's going on the edge. Plus, we're looking to see if that seam is going to hold. We also have 4 different colors of thread on the serger to help you identify should something not look just right, then you know it's the blue one, or maybe it's the yellow one, and then we can change it from there. So a serger is designed so you don't have to lift and lower the presser foot like your sewing machine. So that's number 1, a great time saver. Number 2, all you have to do is kind of guide the fabric up to the little nose of the foot and start to serge. The feed dogs that are underneath are so far forward, they're going to come and help pull that fabric in. If your fabric is a little bit thicker or a little fluffy, like maybe working on some fleece or terry cloth, you can even take your finger and just give that little foot a lift. It's spring loaded, so it will be a little bit tight, but all you have to do is lift it and slide your fabric in just a little bit further so that foot's more on top of the fabric that you are serging. So then all you're going to do is watch how much fabric is being cut off. There is a knife in here, and that is so you have a nice clean edge. So you're just going to guide the fabric all the way down. Again, watching. This is where I watch when I do any serging projects. And then that's cut off, super easy. After the fabric has gone underneath the foot, just gently take your fabric and keep it flowing out the back or to the side. And if you come out about 4 or 5 inches, this chain can keep going as long as you need. But you can also use the knife in the front of the machine, bring the chain underneath the foot, and while you do that, step on the foot control, and it cuts that chain off for you. Now there's a little loop of that thread and chain underneath the foot. Just leave it there because the next time you put your fabric in, that will have moved out to the back side and just ended up into the next piece of fabric. So what we're looking for is a nice even stitch. This is my upper looper because I have pink thread here. On the back side I have the yellow, so that's the lower looper. So the yellow and the pink thread are the ones that take up the most thread. So if I have bigger spools, do put them on the looper sides, and then anything that is maybe not as full of spool thread, put them on the needles, because those are just the 2 rows of stitches you see coming down along the side. As you open it up, it should form that seam. So super easy. When you want, a lot of times I'll test and maybe change something on the dial or a stitch length, and then I'll test again. So now I'm going to just put that same piece of fabric up to the foot, and I'm going to cut off that particular edge, and then you don't waste fabric for every time you serge. So a lot of times I might just take 1 piece of fabric, but I'll be able to run 4 to 5 different samples until I have the perfect setting. So that's what it should look like as I go from the back all the way around to the front. Notice I didn't stop sewing, I just rolled it underneath. I love having the thread cutter as part of my knife that's cutting off the edge of my fabric. And that is a perfect 4-thread overlock.